It started about 4 or 5 years ago, and the idea is to have students thinking about what they've accomplished during their secondary school years, what makes them proud, have them thinking about who they are today and where they want to go tomorrow.
Great, so why don't you tell us a little bit about your presentation today?
Well, I'm presenting, I guess, my interests. Snowmobiling is my main interest, and I guess a lot of my work also, because it's a big part of my life. So mainly logging and snowmobiling and everything I do for fun.
How long have you been snowmobiling for?
I've been riding in the mountains for 6 years now, yeah.
What's your favorite memory?
Well, I've had some really good days just going out with my dad, and it's always fun, just me and him go out and have fun and, yeah, have a good time.
What's the significance of the, what's it called, Thunder, I can't see the title there. Is just, you in this video?
No, it's a film company from Helena, Montana, and I met up with the owner, I guess 3 years ago, and I've been making movies with them each season for 3 years now.
So tell me about some of the other things that are on your display here.
Well, my work, so I do a number of things in the logging industry. I recently bought myself a feller buncher, so I contract bunch here in Valemount. I also run a processor for a local contractor, and I work for my dad also, running the skidder and logging truck.
So now that you're graduating, what's your plans for the future?
I acquired the 4-year academic scholarship to UNBC, so I'll be going there in September and studying general sciences to start.
I just have a bit about what I'm doing next year, what I've done in the past, and what my future plans are.
So let's start with the past. So what kinds of things have you done in the past?
My major sport I used to play was hockey, and just most of my stuff on here is about that. And then I kind of hurt myself, so that's over.
All right, so what's going on now for you in the future?
I'm planning on taking a year off of school as soon as I graduate, do some traveling with my friend, and make some money, and then go back to school the year after.
Okay. And what are you planning on taking at school, or have you decided that yet?
I'm going to do aircraft maintenance engineer, and yeah.
That's great. Where would you go for that?
I have two choices. I could go to college, or I could go to the Canadian Armed Forces. And there's 2 schools in BC. For college, there's Dawson Creek and there's Vancouver.
So what's your experience been like here at school?
Very small. I struggled this year with getting classes that I needed for college. I'm still graduating without some of the courses I need because they don't offer them.
So you're going to have to go and pick them up somewhere else?
Yeah, after next year I'm going to do a bunch online to pick up what I haven't done.
So I see you got the Canucks jersey there. You're a big Canucks fan?
Yeah, I'm a huge Canucks fan. I was born in Vancouver, so.
Are they going all the way this year?
I'm hoping so. They've been saying they have for the last few years, and they haven't. They choke.
I just want to ask you, I see you got some skating stuff there. Did you do some skating as well?
That's just, my mom thought it would help me with hockey if I went, so I figure skated for a year first, and it made me become a better skater than I am now.
Trent, why don't you tell me a little bit about your presentation here today?
Well, my presentation, it's really focused on biking because that's something that I've been doing for the last 5 years. I've invested a lot of time and money into it, and it's actually a sport that I really enjoy. And I got a few other things here like snowboarding and hockey, which I've done. All these things I've done for over 5 years, and it's just, I've really come to like sports. I'm a pretty competitive person. I like just competing, I guess. I have the model excavator there, and that is more or less what I do for work. I run a dangle head processor, which you can see in one of the photos on my poster. It basically, what it does is it picks up the tree, cuts it to length, and delimbs it.
How long have you been doing mountain biking, and what's your best mountain biking memory?
I've been biking for probably about 6 years now. I've gone through 2 downhill bikes, and I don't know, probably one of my best memories was going to Whistler in grade 8 for the mountain bike provincials there. We had a really good team. We did really well. They had a great trail. We went to ride the Whistler Bike Park which was amazing. It was probably one of the most enjoyable weekends I've ever had.
So now that you're graduating, what are you looking to pursue? You got some thoughts on where you're going to do next?
Really, I've been mulling over some ideas. I might want to do something with VFX for film, or possibly some photography or videography, or maybe even something like 3D animation, or yeah, I don't know, something.
The pig. What's the significance of the pig here?
Just something that I made in woodwork, and we needed some school project or something, so it kind of just, that's how it found its way onto the table.
Okay. Anything else you want to add?
No, not really. I don't know, I'm just really happy to be able to live in this valley, because we got so many great opportunities to get outside and go hiking and biking and snowboarding, and just, yeah, great opportunity for stuff like that.
Most of the stuff obviously has something to do with music, right? And ever since I was about 10, 11, I've really enjoyed playing guitar, listening to guitar-oriented music, the blues. Both my mom and my dad have sort of said that musically I have a very old soul. You know, I like listening to Fred Neil, lots of 50s, 60s music. But this includes the blues that are even Robert Johnson way back in the 20s, right? So music and guitar sort of makes up a large chunk of who I am.
So what else are you going to pursue? You're going to try and stay in Valemount here, or are you going to leave town?
I'm going to stay here for a few years, but eventually I do want to go, onto something bigger and better, so to speak. I actually do at some point want to pursue music, not as an artist, but as a record producer. I've actually, in the past, I couldn't get a hold of the song, but I have recorded some music. I have produced it, and I've mixed a lot of it too, back when I went to school in Prince George. So I have quite a bit of experience doing that, and it's something that I really enjoy doing, right? So, and that could be a viable career. That's not like chasing a dream, so to speak. I am fairly athletically oriented. I haven't really done much in the way of organized sports, but I really enjoy, playing football. I enjoy ultimate frisbee, just about anything that requires physical exertion, right? I've got 2 vehicles sitting in the yard that are mine, that I've bought, that I am working on restoring. I also work at Lord Co Auto Parts, and I actually plan to pursue that as a career as well, because there's quite a bit of room for expansion, and it's involving something I love doing, right? And that's cars and car parts. I work at Lord Co, dude.
There's actually 3 components to the graduation transitions. One is personal health, and so it's about the importance of physical activity for their physical health and mental health. The importance of a good diet, so that ask them to evaluate how well do they eat, what are they perhaps missing from their diet. So that would be one component. The second is, what have they done in the community to contribute to the community? So how have they paid back the community? And that's in the form of volunteer hours, for example. So, the relationship between their own activities and the health of a community, and what they can do to make a community healthier and happier. And then the third is career in life. So it has them thinking about what courses have they taken, how has their experience in high school helped their social and intellectual development, and what are they planning on doing in the future.
So Jessica, tell us about your presentation today.
Well, my presentation is all about me, obviously. I have what I'm into, where I've gone, and my future. So I want to go to school to be a dental assistant.
Okay.
And I've actually been getting hours there. I've done over 30 so far. Yeah.
So what made you decide to go into being a dental assistant?
Well, pretty much my mom sat me down and was like, figure out your future. So I sat down and just started Googling things. And then I found dentistry, and then I decided to go talk to Amy and April, which are the 2 dental assistants here, and started getting hours there. And that's kind of how I decided that that's what I wanted to do.
Pretty unusual for someone your age to be getting into dental assistant, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, kind of. Usually they're a little older, usually, but.
What's the next step in that process for you to become a dental assistant?
I'm going to school in NATE. Yeah.
How long a program?
It's 10 months.
And so I also see that figure skating has been a big part of your life.
Yeah.
So how long have you been skating, and tell us some of your best memories as a skater.
I've been a figure skater since I was 3, and some of my best moments would have been landing my first axel, going to my first competition, and I've been assistant because my mom's the coach, so I've been a figure skating program assistant and working with all the younger kids and helping them develop their skills, which is a lot of fun. And I'm also going to, alongside with the dental assistant, I want to become a coach. Yeah.
Great. So are you going to continue to skate on the side as well?
Yeah, I hope so. I want to keep passing tests actually, so you can take free skate tests, dance, skills, and I want to keep taking them.
So tell us about some of the other sports you're interested in. I see some other things on your display.
Yeah, I'm into mountain biking, snowboarding, basketball, volleyball. I also play soccer. Yeah.
Pretty busy.
Yeah, actually.
Anything else you want to add?
I think that's about it.
How's your experience been at school?
It's been really good, actually. We've had a really small class, so it's pretty good to actually know everyone. You can't really be shy in front of anyone. Everyone knows each other, so it's been pretty good.
So this art project that you have here, can you tell us a little bit about that?
I have the 7 birds, which represents the 7 siblings that are in my family. The phase of the moon, because my birth symbol, Cancer, is actually a moonstone and a water sign. The Triskelion stands for me, for granddaughter, daughter, and mother. And the laurel leaves are the symbol of Apollo, which is my favorite Greek god.
Wow, certainly a lot of work into it. It's very beautiful. What inspired you to do this?
My art teacher requested I do something that interested me and in some way showed who I was. I felt the Triskelion is one of my favorite symbols. I like the curls, I like how it can be as simple as just the main 3 spirals, or it can just keep expanding. And the way it means so many different things. 3 phases of life, 3 mother symbol that I choose, phase of the moon. My favorite quote is by Albert Einstein. The question that sometimes drives me hazy, am I or are the others crazy?
Okay, and so why is that your favorite quote?
I feel like I speak to it because I've always, in my mind and in my family's mind, been kind of odd. I tend to be really into myself and speak for myself because I like to be alone most of the time, but when I do talk, people don't, because my train of thought is all over the place. So I feel sometimes like, maybe am I insane or are they just not understanding me? So I just really like it. I made this myself. It's my Aboriginal ancestry as my grandfather. It's right here, a little bit sideways. I wanted something that I could make myself, but that would also show my ancestry. And the Aboriginal worker here said that I could make artworks with beads, and I could pick a bracelet or a necklace or a choker. And I really wanted to do a choker because I like wearing them. And I thought it really helped represent, and I love the colors that I got to choose.
What else do you really like on your display here that you want to talk about?
My favorite part of my display is actually my orientation flag, because a lot of people don't understand my orientation, or they don't know that it is my orientation.
Okay, so you want to explain that?
I identify as a pansexual person, which, while similar to bisexual, is actually very different. Because bi has a connotation for 2, male and female, the stereotypical genders. Pan means all, whether you are male, female, whether you identify as both or neither. My orientation gives me the capacity to love for who you are and not what you are. Personality, rather than gender.
How's your experience been here at school?
My experience has been, well, it's varied, because my first 2 years of school I was in a very dark type of place. I was a very closed personality. I did not have a grade 10 year, as I had to stop. I had to take a year off. I just couldn't handle it. And then I came back last year and did 2 years at once, which was really difficult, but worth it because I get to graduate a year late, but I'm graduating. And I'm glad that I came back. I'm glad I forced myself through it. But the school here is amazing. I love that because everybody knows everybody. So if you need help, you can ask a person just as much as you can ask a teacher. And the teachers are always willing to chat with you when you need it. So it takes a really strong character and a lot of determination to leave school and then come back. Not very many people can do that. What drove you to come back? My cousin, actually. I was being forced to go to my brother's wedding. I did not want to go, and I had a chat with my cousin because he wanted to know why I was so sad all the time. And he explained that most of it was just me. I was scared of what people thought of me. I hated that I didn't think people liked me. My view was that if nobody liked me, then I wasn't worth being here. And talking with my cousin helped a lot. Made me feel like, why does it matter? It's what I want to do, and I want to be a teacher, and I have to go to school for that. So I figured if I like myself, everybody else can just have their own opinions.
So that was going to be my question. What are your plans for the future?
I want to be a teacher. I've wanted to be a teacher since forever. The first thing I said to my kindergarten teacher was, I'm going to be just like you, only taller, because my kindergarten teacher was really short. I want to teach kindergarten to grade 7 because I love teaching like the younger kids. I hope to be like kindergarten grade 4 more like, but it's a bachelor's of education degree that I will be going in for. And I really hope I can get it because my favorite thing about little kids is when you show them something, they just light up. It's like something new, like you've given them something that they didn't have before, and I love being the reason they light up. I love watching them just be excited about learning, whether it's like a different, like the 9 times tables on your hands or a different way to memorize the color wheel. It's my favorite part.
Great. Anything else you'd like to add?
I'm really tired.
Okay, thanks very much.
I think it's valuable. For one thing, it has students doing their own sort of self-assessment and reevaluating where they've been and considering where they're going. And it's good for the community to learn a little bit more about our graduates, know more than just what they've perhaps seen on school-related events, a little bit more about their personalities and character.
Well, my main hobbies are biking, hunting and trapping, and woodworking. I've also picked up on the bass a little bit. That's just a couple things that I do.
Okay. So when did you first get into hunting and trapping? What was the first experiences with that?
Well, I started hunting when I was about 5 years old with Dad, going out with him into the bush, go for hunting and doing that sort of a thing. I got my trapper's license when I was about 12 years old. When I could first get it, I got it instantly because we own the local trap line, our family. So yeah, it's pretty good having that. Go up.
All right. And so what about the woodworking? How'd you get into woodworking, and what do you like best about that?
Well, Dan Udot, my father, he's a log house builder, right? And so at a very young age, he told me to get off my butt and start working. So I did, and I got up there, and I was pretty good at it, and got into woodworking here, and I excelled, did really well. Happy about that. A lot of us kids here do biking, right? We all do it because we're all buddies. And it's just a fun social thing that we all do together, dare each other to go down trails and do that sort of thing. Hopefully not kill ourselves. I just like the rush. It's fun.
Have you done it competitively or just for fun?
I've been to provincials once. When I did go, I placed 3rd in my category. So I did not do half bad.
And tell me about your bass playing. How long have you been playing bass, and what do you hope to do with that?
I just picked it up in January. Actually, I just thought it'd be kind of cool. One song inspired me, and I just picked it up. I went over to Silvio Gislomberti, and he's taught me a couple things, and I just kind of ran with it from there.
Anything else you want to add?
Valemount's a great community. I'm planning to stay here my whole life. Hopefully, I can get here because our community needs to thrive. I want to see it glow in the future.
So what are your plans for the future?
Well, it's either I am going to go to school at UNBC. I have applied there and I've gotten accepted, so I do have a place to go. Or I will go up and work north somewhere in a gold mine. My father and I know a whole bunch of people who are mining up there, the bosses and such like that.
What's your experience like been at school?
At school here, I'm going to miss it. I don't think there's anywhere else in the world where we're going to be able to find this sort of environment. It's very special and a lot of people take it for granted. I love the school here.